Frank Grillo is in a werewolf movie and it isn't at all horny? Criminal. I can't believe somebody went, oh, we really need a little bit more originality in the creature feature genre. Why don't we take this story, just call the film Werewolves, and do the Purge? So Werewolves, yes, that is the whole title, is a film which starts with a scientist guy going, yeah, over 1 billion people turned into werewolves last year during the supermoon, and it's back tonight, so don't go outside. So it's a big day for rednecks who have more guns than vaccine shots. And Frank Grillo stars, and I thought, because he's looking after his brother's family at the beginning, helping make sure that they're safe, and I thought it was going to be the first Purge movie, literally, where they're just sitting in the house and nothing happens, basically. No. Fortunately not, because Frank Grillo was actually in some of the Purge movies that learned from those mistakes, so he brought his common sense to this. I'll get through this. They've got a special thing that they rub on them to stop them turning into werewolves. They actually call it moon cream. So yeah, they're in this big science facility. They have all these different safety protocols. Frank Grillo is like a soldier, and he's leading this team of soldiers. So they're going to make sure everything gets done, is all good, and is all fine, all clean. No problems here at all. They're in the cages. All the people turning into werewolves. They can't get out of those cages, and they're not even going to turn, because if the moon cream starts to not work, they're gonna close the roof. They just have to close the roof. That's all they have to do. There's a big giant roof, mechanized. All they have to do is close it so they don't turn. The roof got stuck. Yeah. In terms of plot, characters, pretty much everything, really. This does feel a little bit like a 2002 film. It's giving off those vibes. Not just because it is exactly written like a Mila Jovovich Resident Evil movie, but partially that, definitely. It is a very modern film, modernized, got lots of modern things going on. So the sexy white military guy and the scientist lady have to go on an adventure together. Yes. And there's not once any sexy vibes between them, any sexy vibes with the werewolves. There is nothing sexy about this at all. It's an actual horror movie. I was kind of shocked about that. It really is just a bunch of chaotic action sequences, which are mostly pretty passable. They're fine. That really, just as a concept, is so blatantly stealing the Purge that they even ripped one of the stars of the Purge movies right from, like, it's so blatant, because it literally is the Purge, but hairier. And it's not like a tragic idea. It's pretty dumb. It's pretty silly. But it does almost work. Not as well as the Purge movies. And I don't think the Purge movies work that well. So I guess I don't like it that much. I like Frank Grillo. I like Katrinalaw. I have no problem with them doing this together in the film, mostly being about them just running about. That was fine. I don't even mind, like, the essence of the story that much. For me, the problem with this is just the world-building elements. Like, for instance, how intelligent are the werewolves? Because we see them, like, just running about and acting like dogs, but then we see them, like, switching off cameras and understanding how to, like, break through an electric fence without killing themselves and stuff like that. It's just unreasonably inconsistent, their intelligence level. Also, when the lady that's at home, like, pepper sprays one to get him away from the fence, he gets so pissed at her that he calls an entire pack of his friends to come and help kill her. Like men. It is half a nice lady finally getting her secret wish to fight her Trump-supporting neighbor, and half Purge light. And it's not atrocious. I think if you hear the words werewolf purge and you're kind of into it, you're going to enjoy this film. But I just find it, like, slightly subpar overall, because it's quite a contrived story. They don't do much with the fact that they are actually werewolves. Like, they could have been anything for most of the film and it wouldn't have had to change at all. So I thought that was a bit annoying for me, and it just is mostly copying from, I don't even want to say better films if we're talking about The Purge, but you get it. So I'm giving all right, you hairy motherfuckers, come fetch 2 stars. Really, the whole thing about her neighbor was just trying to really subliminally send the message that the only thing more dangerous than a werewolf is a Republican. I just don't know what to do with that, but it was definitely a message that was in there. I don't know. So anyway, subscribe for more hard truths.